Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you have watched all the previous videos which I have posted on ionic equilibrium. Right, so in today's session we'll be discussing about solubility product and all its details. Now, what is solubility product? First, the definition, and then I'm going to explain where do we actually apply it. Solubility product, we also write it as KSP. Right, it's defined as solubility product of an electrolyte at specific temperature is product of molar concentration. We also write with the square bracket, product of molar concentration of its ions in saturated solution with each concentration raised to the power of whatever ions it is producing, okay, by one molecule. Okay, maybe at present you feel the definition is not that clear. Let me explain it. Now, this solubility product basically we apply for sparingly soluble salt. We apply it for sparingly soluble salt. Sparingly soluble means they are not soluble to greater extent. For example, silver chloride. Silver chloride is not much soluble in water. It is sparingly soluble. So when you dissolve in water, what will happen? Small amount of this will go into the solution and most of it will remain undissolved. So basically what happens is, this is say the solid silver chloride and I dissolve it in water. So the first step, what will happen is it will undergo dissolution. That means we can say it will be now in the aqueous state. This is dissolution, right? So then this AgCl aqueous will now split up into ions and it will form Ag plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. That means the ions are formed. Okay, now the forward is dissolution, backward if you say is precipitation. Now why I have not written the complete thing, I mean one-sided arrow, because it is not dissociating completely into ions, it is sparingly soluble. Part of it is getting dissolved, forming ions, and ions are again combining and forming the precipitate. Right? So most of the time we do not write this aqueous part, we just write it as AgCl, that is solid, this is solid. This will be in reversible arrows, you will write down in equilibrium with its ions in the aqueous medium, this plus Cl minus aqueous. Right, so sparingly soluble means not completely soluble. Some whatever amount you are dissolving, that is forming the ions, and the same amount is getting converted back into the precipitate. That means dissolution and precipitation, both the processes are taking place in sparingly soluble salt. Had it been completely soluble, it will ionize completely. For NaCl, for example, if we have to write down for say NaCl, let me write down this side and tell you. Suppose we write down for NaCl, what we will say, it is dissociating completely and it is forming Na plus Cl minus, this we write down aqueous, this we write down aqueous. This solid, when you dissolve, this is happening, right? But now this is a sparingly soluble salt. That means something like what we were doing for weak acids and weak bases. So now because it is reversible, we can apply law of mass action. Let's apply law of mass action. So when we apply this law of mass action to this, what we will write? K, that is equilibrium constant for it, that is equal to Ag plus ion concentration, that is molar concentration, Cl minus concentration by AgCl solid, that is solid. Right, now we have already discussed in the previous part of this chemical equilibrium that the concentration for solid, which is the undissolved solid, is always remaining constant. It is constant means this you will neglect it. Or in other words, let me just bring it here. Yes, in other words, what you can do is this you can take it either as 1, or this you can bring it on the left hand side, that is K constant into AgCl solid concentration, that is equal to Ag plus concentration multiplied by Cl minus concentration, right? This product here, it is called as the KSP. It is the solubility product. So basically, what is solubility product? It is the product of the concentration of the ions, product of the molar concentrations of the ions in a saturated solution. Why saturated we are saying? Means the ions are being formed and these are getting precipitated back also, right? So it cannot take more of the ions. Whatever ions you are adding, the same are getting dissociated as well as they are getting precipitated. This is called as the solubility product. I hope now you can just check it. The definition part is clear. That is what we said. This is visible here, this and the definition. Product of the molar concentration of the ion. These are the concentrations of the ions in a saturated solution with each concentration raised to the power equal to the number of ions produced by one molecule. Here it was producing 1 and 1 only. So the power was 1. So here we are not raising it to the power. Okay, now let us take just different types of these salts and apply the law of mass action. Yeah, I have written here 4 types of salts. Say the salts are A, B2, AB3, AB and A3B2. Means this particular thing is in the solid form, AB2 type. Right, so when it is dissociating, it will dissociate and will result in the formation of A2 plus. Whatever is there here, I mean the 2 is the charge of A. So A2 plus, that is in the aqueous state, right? Plus what are you having here? 2B minus, also in the aqueous state, right? Now let us derive a formula for KSP with reference to the solubility. Now here we are defining solubility in terms of how many moles of this is getting dissolved, that is moles per liter. Okay, if you remember in the previous, that is solution chapter, we study what is solubility is how many grams you are able to dissolve in 100 grams of the solvent at a some specific temperature. May not be necessarily 100 grams also. We may say in a fixed quantity of this solvent, how much maximum amount of the solute can be dissolved at a specific temperature. But here we will say how much moles of the solute, how many moles of the ions are being formed. So it is 1, the coefficient is 1. So we will say S moles per liter of this will be formed. If S of this is getting dissociated, S of this will be formed, and because the coefficient is 2 here, we will say the 2S moles per liter of the ions also will be formed. Okay, so now when we apply the law of mass action, I will get that KSP formula for this one as concentration of A 2 plus multiplied by concentration of B minus to the power 2. That coefficient we write down to the power also. Okay, now when we write this, what we can do now is put the S value, the solubility values here. What is the solubility for A2 plus? It is S multiplied by what is the value for this? 2S. So we'll write down 2S and we will take it square also. So what do you get if you solve it? You will get it as 4S cube. So what is the expression you are getting for AB2 type of the salts? We get the expression for the KSP as KSP is equal to 4S cube. Did you follow this? Now let me just apply to the next one also and see if you followed. This is say solid again. So you will have the ions formed in it. Yeah, the ions formed here will be, it will be forming A3 plus, that is aqueous, right? Plus you are having is 3B minus. Let's write in terms of the solubility now. If S moles per liter of this is getting dissociated, how many moles will be formed here? S moles per liter, and this will be 3S moles per liter. Right, so now let us apply the law of mass action, the KSP value. This is solid, so we do not write that. Right, so that K multiplied by its concentration can be taken as KSP, which I told you for AGCL example. So you will write down concentration of A 3 plus multiplied by B minus and its cube, because 3 is the coefficient. Now you put the solubility values, S into, this is 3S, this will be to the power 3. Now you can just open it. Got it? So now you can open it. It will be 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. So 27S to the power 4 will be the KSP value of this type of this salt. Got it? Okay, so now let's write down. See the example for this AB2 type salt. You can have, say, magnesium hydroxide salt. Suppose I am writing for magnesium hydroxide, I will be writing in this form. If I am writing for this type of the salt, say it can be, say aluminium hydroxide. Aluminium hydroxide will be this type of the salt, AB3 type. Okay, now let us also mention for AB type. AB will first dissociate. It will result in the formation of A plus B minus. So this is aqueous and this is also aqueous. So let us apply law of mass action. So what you will get is KSP. KSP is equal to concentration of A plus into concentration of B minus. Yeah, this I forgot to write down. Suppose it is S moles per liter. This will be also S moles per liter. This also will be S because the coefficients are 1. Now we can put these values here. This is S, this is S. So what you get is KSP for this type, AB type of the salt is equal to S square. And the example of this type of salt, AB type, is you can take AGCL, all silver halides, silver chloride, bromide, iodide. Okay, so the next example is this. So you can ionize it first. It will form, this will be definitely, positive part. So there are 3 given me. So it is 3A with 2 plus charge, because 3 is the ion and its charge is written on the other side by crisscross method. Plus what you'll have is 2B, it will be 3 minus. And in terms of the solubility, if we are writing, this is S, this will be 3S because 3 is the coefficient. This will be 2S. Now when we write down in terms of the KSP, we will write as KSP is equal to concentration of A 2 plus to the power 3 multiplied by B 3 minus to the power 2. Now we can put the values here. This is 3S, 3S to the power 3 multiplied by 2S, 2S to the power 2. Okay, so you can solve it. This will be 27 and this is 4. That means, yes, it will be 108 S to the power 5. This is cube, this is square. So for this type of the salts, you will get it like this. Okay. So for this also you can have one example. For this type of the salt, you can, one second, write down the example as a calcium phosphate, Ca3PO4 taken twice. Got it? Now, where are we going to actually apply this? If we know the solubility product values, the KSP values, we can calculate the solubility for various type of the salts. Okay, so the first application for KSP is in the calculation of the solubility. And we don't have to remember the KSP values. The KSP values at 298 Kelvin, they are already calculated. Okay, so we can derive the formula based upon what salt is given. Yeah, let me just explain that. Now suppose you are given these salts, there are some categories of salts I have written. This is one category, this is the second category, this is the third and the fourth. You can just observe, this is giving 1 Ag plus and 1 Cl minus ion. This is giving 1 barium, 1 sulfate. one lead, one sulfate, one aluminium, one phosphate. So all these are of the same type, that is AB type. One cation, one anion they are giving on ionization. So when they are giving a same number of the cations or anions, then we will have the Ksp and the solubility relation as Ksp is equal to S square, as I've discussed just now. Okay, this type, that is AB type, right? So the next example here is this one. This is forming one lead and two chloride, one calcium and two fluoride. These are of the type AB2 type. Okay, and for AB2 type also we have calculated recently. The formula will be the Ksp is equal to 4s cube. Yeah, here I told you this is AB2 type, right? So one cation and two anions, or it can be the other way round also, like this one. This is also the same type, but it will be now called as A to B. Means the cation is 2 and this is 1. The relation will be the same. This also will have Ksp is equal to 4s cube, right? What about this? This is AB3 type. That also example we have done recently. So for this, the Ksp will be equal to 27s to the power 4. Okay, suppose any such salts are given to you, their Ksp values are known. They are asking you, suppose this, any such salt or this salt, any whatever salt they are giving. If their Ksp values are known, they are asking you to calculate the solubility. How will you calculate the solubility? You will form a relation between Ksp and the solubility, and then you will calculate whether, the solubility. The answer for this will be written in moles per liter. Okay. Yeah, just have a look at the questions. Suppose these salts they have given, PbCl2, AgCl, some salt A2X3, and these are the Ksp values known to you, and the question is calculate the solubility. This is to be calculated. So what will you do first? You will form a relation for them. For this is AB2 type, this is AB type, and this is A2B3 type. Okay, so you will form a relation. For this, the relation will be Ksp is equal to 27s to the power 4. No, it is it is 4s cube, sorry. This will be 4s cube. Yes, so 4s cube will be the formula. So Ksp value is known, 4s cube. So s has to be calculated. So what will be s for this? This will be equal to the Ksp divided by 4 divided by 4. This will be the value for s cube, right? So then after calculating this, you have to find out the cube root. Okay, I hope you can manage it. So the same is here. You will have the formula Ksp is equal to s square, right? So even here you can calculate what will be s will be equal to the root of the Ksp value. You can just take the root of it. Same way here, this is of the type, we have done one example of the type A3B2 calcium phosphate example. So you will have the Ksp relation for this as 108s to the power 5. So we know the Ksp value, you can substitute and calculate. Right? I think this one application is clear. Now the second main application is predicting that precipitation will occur or not. Precipitation will occur or not. Now how do we check that? Now for that, type of the questions I will tell you, but first let me explain that there are certain conditions for predicting the whether precipitation will occur or not. Let me take example here. Suppose I wrote set AB was forming A plus and B minus, right? So what did we write? The Ksp is equal to concentration of A plus into B minus, right? These are the ions. This value we know. This is always known to us. At 298, I told you it is always calculated. These are the ions. So this product is called as the product of ions. This is the product of ions. Product of ions. So basically we can say this is nothing but ionic product. So ionic product, and this is the Ksp value. right? If ionic product value is greater than the Ksp value, then the precipitation will occur. If you find that the ionic product is less than the Ksp value, then the no precipitation will occur. The precipitation will not occur. Okay, let me take example for it. Now suppose you have this question. The solubility product value for barium sulfate is given, right? The question is, will the precipitate be formed when you are mixing two things? Which two things you are mixing? Equal volumes of this much molar barium chloride and this much molar sodium sulfate we are mixing. We are mixing barium chloride and sodium sulfate, where the PPT was of barium sulfate. So that means barium chloride and sodium sulfate, when you are mixing, you are exchanging the ions and then you are getting a precipitate of barium sulfate. This is the precipitate plus what you are getting is NaCl. Of course, you can balance it, you will get it 2 here. Now, that means when you are comparing, this barium ion, Ksp value, you have to compare ionic product with the Ksp value. What is the product for the ionic product of the ions? Now just see here. In barium sulfate, when you are mixing barium chloride and sodium sulfate, from barium chloride you are getting concentration of barium. From sodium sulfate you are getting concentration of sulfate. Right? That means we can say 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 molar is also the concentration of barium ion. Yes, we can say that because it is, strong. It will dissociate completely. It is more soluble, not sparingly soluble. So, barium ion is obtained from here. Whatever is the concentration for barium chloride, you are getting the concentration of barium ion. Same way, this, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 molar, is the concentration of sulfate ion. Yes, you are getting the concentration of sulfate. Now, another catch in the question. The question says equal volumes of both are mixed. That means this is individually we have calculated. But when say equal volume, let me take it as say 1 liter. If I mix 1 liter of this and 1 liter of this, the total volume of the solution which will give barium sulfate becomes 2 liter. 1 liter of this, one equal volumes we are taking. So we have to assume say V of this, V of this. So 1 liter of this, 1 liter of this, when you are combining, the total volume becomes 2. So the overall barium concentration will be this divided by 2. That means we are applying that dilution formula. M1V1 is equal to M2V2. This much is the concentration, whatever is the concentration here, 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 was the concentration in 1 liter. What will be the concentration? M2 in 2 liters will be divided by 2. So same is applicable for sulfate also. Yes, this is in 1 liter concentration. So in 2 liter this will be divided by 2. So what is the actual concentration of barium ion? This. And what is the actual concentration of sulfate? This one. Right? So what will be the ionic product? Ionic product of barium sulfate. The ionic product of barium sulfate will be equal to concentration of barium ion multiplied by concentration of sulfate ion. That means whatever concentrations we wrote here, it will be the product of that. So when you solve it, this 2 will get cancelled. We are left over with only 10 to the power minus 3. Right? Same with this one also. We are left over with into 10 to the power minus 4. When you see the product, you are getting this as 10 to the power minus 7. Right? Now, what we find is our Ksp value was this much, 10 to the power minus 10. And ionic product came out to be this. That means ionic product is greater than the solubility product. So when ionic product is greater than the solubility product, we will say that the precipitation will occur. Precipitation will occur. In case when you calculate the concentration of the ions and the product of it, you find the value is less than the given KSP value for any question, then you will say no precipitation will occur. Got it? Please practice now the numericals based on the KSPs and ionic product also. Please share the video with your friends. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the comment section. And thank you for watching.